It's January. The ground is frozen. Snow is falling. But if you're like me, you're already thinking about gardening. This is actually one of my favorite times of the year, planning for the upcoming vegetable garden. Welcome to Garden State Veg. My name is Jeff. Let me show you the layout of my raised beds and how I plan what goes where. This is the first bed I built about 4 years ago. It's an 8-foot by 8-foot bed with an aisle. We get a lot of deer here and at least one groundhog, so I enclosed it to keep them out. A year later, I added these two 4x6 beds. The light wood frames with the stapled chicken wire can easily be removed when I need to work in them, and they've worked out really well. This last bed was added 2 years ago. It's a 4x8 bed with no critter protection, yet. I'm planning to fix that, and I'll show you how in an upcoming video. I don't know about you, but I need a plan. Something that helps me figure out how, what, and where I'm going to grow things. I've planned on paper. I've tried garden planning apps, but what I've settled on is Microsoft Excel. But Google Sheets works just as well, and it's free. I like being able to check my plan on my phone while I'm in the garden, or print it out and bring it with me. How do you like to plan your garden each season? Here's my layout. I've drawn my 4 raised beds to scale and divided them into 1-foot by 1-foot squares. Square foot gardening is still the foundation of how I grow. Next, I think about what I want to grow for spring and summer. I'll worry about fall later in the year. I've always grown tomatoes in my tall 8x8 bed. I trained them up strings, tried to keep them pruned, and made plenty of mistakes. I've planted them too close together, battled disease, broke strings under the weight of the plants, and even had trouble reaching the far side of the plants because of the fencing. This year I'm changing that. I'm moving tomatoes into the 2 4x6 beds, and I'm building a new trellis system. You can see in the plan that I'm giving them much more comfortable spacing. The garlic was planted back in November. I'll talk more about that in a minute. I'll also be growing onions along the sides of these beds, started from seed indoors in just a few weeks. So what's going into the 8-foot bed? Potatoes. They did well last year in one of my 4x6 beds, but I crowded them, and the soil was a little too high in nitrogen. The plants were over 3 feet tall when they flowered. I grew Russian fingerlings and sangri, a red potato. I was happy with the harvest, but I think I can do better here. I'll space them properly, ease up on the nitrogen, and still grow lettuce, spinach, and radishes all around them, all harvested before the first hilling. The 4x8 bed will have another new trellis system for sugar snap peas, which I'll direct sow in early spring. Once they're finished in late May, I'll follow them with cucumbers. That's succession planting. You'll also see more garlic here. This is my first year growing it. I had extra bulbs from my order and I didn't want to waste them, so we'll learn together as the season goes on. Plans can change, and that's okay. I usually grow zucchini, but I don't have room this year. I also had a terrible infestation of squash vine borers and squash bugs. If you found something that actually works, I'd love to hear it. This is the start of the plan, at least for now. I still need to review the seeds I already have and figure out what seeds I need to buy. Then I'll add that to the plan, along with the seed starting and transplant dates. I'll keep you updated. I'm aiming to post new videos on Saturdays. I'll share the varieties I'm growing, how I start seeds, and how I adjust when things don't go as planned. And let me know what you're planning this year. Until next time, enjoy the garden.